guys, my name is Christina and welcome to my channel. I'm coming to you with very Canadian appropriate attire. It's Roots, it's a brand that we really like here in Canada. It's a Canadian brand and it makes very nice. I'm feeling very Canadian wearing this sweatshirt and it's also yellow for the falls. Yeah, I feel like very appropriately dressed today. So today I wanted to talk to you about not giving up on your art and what to do if you feel like you want to give up. Basically, I'm gonna reach to all of you who are feeling discouraged about how the art is going and share maybe a little bit of my own experience in hopes that I can prevent some artists from ever giving up on their art and continue drawing and continue creating. So let's go. So I actually was inspired to make this video because I started hearing a lot of this comment on my social medias, on my Patreon, my DeviantArt, on my Instagram, everywhere. A lot of people are mentioning to me that they are giving up on their art and they just following art of other artists instead, and they were drawing before, then got discouraged, they didn't draw for 2 years, and then they don't know if they want to pick it up and everything, and I don't know, what they feel they can never progress, and that's why they gave up. I wanted to talk to those people because those comments actually makes me really sad, because I don't want artists to give up on their art. Sometimes though, I want to premise, sometimes people do something, then realize, you know what, it's not really my thing, and they just stop doing it because they learn it's not really their calling, which is fine, and it's perfectly normal. Sometimes something is just a hobby that is not serious, but sometimes it's something more, and sometimes people giving up exactly because it is something more, and exactly because they care about this so much, and when something is not working, it hurts them a lot, and that's why they give up. And for those people, I want to say please don't, and let me try to talk to you out of it. First thing that I wanted to say, that I personally definitely experienced things like this myself. There was a couple of moments where I was learning how to draw where I would be absolutely devastated with my inability to draw as well as I want. And I would look at something that I wanted to draw and I would see it with my eyes, how it looks. And then when I start drawing, I couldn't understand why I cannot get it look on my drawing the same way my eyes see it. Or sometimes it's almost my eyes already know how to draw it, but my hands can follow. If this is the feeling that you're feeling, I think this feeling arises on the stage where you're just about to jump over a threshold of your drawing knowledge, because it means your brain, your eyes already learned something, already know something extra. They know how things are supposed to look, they know what is the right look, what is the wrong look, what is right way, what is the wrong way, but your hands do not yet learn how to achieve this look that your mind already knows. If your mind doesn't know how better version looks like, you think what you want to draw, you're able to draw it, it's one stage, but when you grow, usually it's your brain and your eyes, they mature first and they know how the right thing looks like, and the hands and other knowledge that you need to accomplish follow later. I think that's actually a very good sign if something like this happens. Absolutely don't give up on this and just continue pushing through, and I promise you will push through and your level will grow. I remember the situation where I was in this moment when I was like, my eyes know how it should look the right way, and for the life of me I cannot draw it right. And I remember tearing apart my drawings. I would cry, I would throw them away, I would be like, I'm never gonna do it again, but then I would pick it up and do it again. But so it's totally normal, don't give up and just continue, persevere. I promise this is a good sign, just push through it. Another thing I wanted to tell is that people say to me is like, oh, I can never draw like you, I'm so behind, I can never reach your level and whatnot. And to those people I want to say, actually for me, I had a lot of art training. So I would go to art school, I had a teacher come to home, like when I was very young, come and like do some creative things. It was like nothing crazy, like super deep art. It was like creative things basically. But I can definitely notice the 2-year gap where the 2-year period where I learned to draw basically really well. My style really jumped. Not that I didn't try hard before, but this is where I realized what I want to draw. I realized I want to draw people, humans, because before I went to art school we were drawing like cubes or like fabric or something like this. Like I didn't care for this. Like I can draw it, I wanted to learn to draw it, but when I realized I actually here to draw humans, anatomy, all of this is where I realized that, and I started practicing, and I remember I would draw in class, was in school, and which one is this? I would be drawing on every single class. Like I would be listening but I would be drawing, like doodling at the same time. With this period of 2 years, my ability like went from one level yeah, this kid has potential to draw into to actually this kid really knows how to draw, like whoa. It was just 2 years, and of course that we continue learning all the time, but at some point after we learn all the grammar, it's like there's grammar to drawing, right? You have to understand composition, you have to understand shading, colors, all of that. Anatomy, once you understand all of this, that's really not you're learning more like your own style, where you want to go with your art, your own ideas. There's not like right knowledge and wrong knowledge, you're basically like experimenting. But the amount that you need to actually learn all this grammar and practice, it doesn't take crazy amount of time. You're never too behind, you're never too late. It's never the case. I don't actually feel that my style, like my art skills really improved. It's more like I discovered different styles. I started drawing in different styles. I started practicing with different colors. I started practicing different styles. I started to draw faster. That's what happened. Like I would be able to draw really, really fast. I realized my routine, and actually for my comic, I actually downgraded my style a little bit, and which means I simplified it a lot. I went from drawing like super realistic things to drawing more simplified things for my purposes. And yeah, just my style fluctuated, but I wouldn't say that, yeah, like nobody can reach me now like because I have all these years of practice. No, you're never behind. Please don't give up, and if you feel like you're behind and you cannot catch up, it's just a feeling, it's not true. You can definitely catch up, and please don't give up, and please continue practicing, and if art is your calling, do it. Another thing, don't compare yourself to other artists, and don't compare it to other artists' stories. Don't think that there's a lot of very young, talented artists, and I was one of them. I was very young and very talented. And I'm not saying it to like brag, but kind of this is what was my experience. I was always felt like people would react to my art kind of like, I'm some type of prodigy. I have this level that is higher than expected for this age. And it's actually its own bag of worms, because as you grow, you stop being this prodigy because you just become an adult and no one cares that you can do this anymore. Like, you know, so you're like, yeah, you can, everybody, like all the artists can do this. And it's like, it makes you feel strange. Don't compare yourself to other artists in a self-deprecating way, because it's not helpful. Use other artists to look at the art that you really like, really love, but don't look and think, oh my god, I can never draw like this. You can. Guess what? You can. You have an example how to draw like this. Just look at this picture, analyze this picture, and realize what did they do to make it work. Like, inspect it. Learn why this shape is so right, why this colors work so well, why this area looks so realistic, why you get these emotions from this painting. How I would train, I would take like the drawing that would really inspire me and I really want to draw the same way, so I would just put it on the side of my Photoshop file and I would just look at it and learn which details are they doing, how they put colors, how they put shades, and how they sculpt something. And I would look back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. For me, it was also a problem not putting enough details. I would be looking at pictures of other artists and be like, wow, how they thought of putting so much details on the forest. I would be like, ground, tree, 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 and those people would have bushes, stuff on the ground, some puddles, some shades, some light doing something interesting, some fog, some birds, some more complex branches. And literally would need to take this picture, open, and literally look. I'm like, ooh, they have this. I don't have this. I better draw this. This is how kind of I approach to the art of other artists. They're all examples of how you can improve. It's amazing. So it's like you have so much example around you and so much things you can learn from other artists' work, and never look at other artists' work and think I cannot do it or I'm so behind. Because looking at that work, you already have like a cheat sheet. You already have information that you need. It's like a class that you can take by looking at it. That's basically the main points that I want to mention, but also it's more like a soft point that I wanted to let you know is that our world today tells us more about having a career, doing a job, doing what your boss say, opening a business, earning money. But do not forget about art. Art is way more important than all of that. And it helps us to understand ourselves. It helps others to understand themselves. Stories that we tell through our either writing or drawing, they're meaningful to us or to others. Art was something that shaped people's mind and shared people's experience and shared people's emotion and connected people around the world. Don't give up on this. it is important, even though maybe the current world priorities don't tell you that it is. It is. And don't give it up. Draw, write, create music, share it with people, and enjoy art of other people. And don't give up on your own art. Respect art that you create, and don't ever think it is stupid. Don't ever think it's not important. Never think that you cannot reach some standard. Just do it. Promise. It's gonna be worth it. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope it was helpful for you. I felt compelled to make it on this topic. Yeah, I hope you're having a good day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you so much, guys.